I'm gonna keep it rolling.
All right. I got two more millionaires here that got it from the ground up. First, I got my homegirl, Lanay Harris. She from Detroit, Michigan, and she's been in real estate for over 30-something years. I ain't never had a job ever a day in her life. And honestly, it's the only time I've ever been downtown Detroit in a Bentley riding around was with her. It's my first time and only time so far. And she teaching a lot of people how to recycle their money and grow generational wealth through life insurance policies, along with dropping a lot of real estate gems, obviously. And next, I got my boy Gerado. Gerardo came here to Miami from Venezuela 5 years ago. And this man's story is incredible. Didn't speak any English when he came here, living on the streets when he came here. Now he's one of the biggest Forex traders in America. And he also has a software that a lot of high net worth investors are dumping hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars into, and they're seeing large returns back. And he talks about all of this stuff here in this podcast, so hope y'all enjoy.
What up, though? Welcome to another episode of Free Game. And today we got a packed house, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Hey, how are you guys? My name is Gerardo Mio. Happy and grateful to be here.
Yeah, my guy. And I still got Lanay sitting here. My homegirl Laura, as always. And, let's get into it. I know, Laura, you two were talking about a couple things. What were you asking him again?
So I was just asking about his background, how, you're Venezuelan.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You just been here 4 years.
Yeah.
So just give us a little background. What were you doing in Venezuela up until the time you came here? What made you come here to the United States?
What I was doing pretty much in Venezuela was partying and going to the gym, not much because I was very young guy. I'm only 25 right now. Back in Venezuela, I got here like 4 years ago. So I was like in that age of partying and wasting time, not focusing about the future because my family was kind of somebody back then. But then with the situation with the country and all that, we've been in bankruptcy. We lost everything because of the government. So I have to get new ways to come up by myself because obviously with my family it wasn't going to be possible because we lose everything. So that's when I imagined the possibility about come to the United States and try to make it happen.
Okay. And you mentioned something about farming. So you say you came from farm?
Yeah, I come from Barinas. It's like a very small town, state of Venezuela. It's mostly farms, you can say, cows and stuff like that, animals. So, yeah.
Oh, so you guys used to just farm and used to sell?
Yeah, my grandfather, he used to sell cows to provide food for the people. And my grandma, she have a private school for kids. That's the people that pretty much, my grandma was the one that raised me because I didn't have no mother and no father. My mom died when I was like 3 years old. My father, he pretty much, when my mom was pregnant, left. Mm-hmm. So I was kind of like all the time kind of by myself, of course, following the step of seeing my grandma work so hard to provide food and the necessities that whatever kid at that age need, like education, clothes, food, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, do you have any siblings? Or was it only you?
No, not really. Only me. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're an only child, pretty much. Grandma's child.
Yeah, actually.
All right. And so the farming, did they export or was it just within Venezuela?
No, it was just between Venezuela. It wasn't nothing like huge. It was just something, like a middle-sized business, enough to have a good life. No, not like you're going to have jets or something like that,
right.
But enough to have a nice house, nice cars, and be able to do shopping at least 1-2 times a year.
Got it. Okay, so you came here to the United States, and how did you get your foot in the United States? How did it, because how old were you already? You was already older.
I was like, I got here at 20s, like 3 months before turn 21. I started working in a car wash that's called Car Wash Palad it's close to Parkland. It was like a car wash, cleaning the wheels, all that stuff. Yeah.
Okay, and from there to now, where are you now? Do you own the car wash now?
Oh, no. I'm still in trauma with the car wash. That's the worst job ever.
Really?
I don't wish that, not even for my enemies. Mm-hmm. Imagine be at 3 p.m. in the sun and you have to clean, 200 cars. I was cleaning the wheels. So imagine each car have 4 wheels, right? I'm big and tall. Imagine me going in my knees 4 times by each car. to clean with this finger, put the towel and clean the rings, make sure it was very clean because I was working for rich people. Rich people, they want the job done, like really good. So it was kind of like hard. Actually, I have back problems for that kind of job, and I even did surgery in my back, and it just never came back again because of it's a hard job. Like construction, all that stuff is very hard job.
Got it. So you left there and did what after that?
After that, I work in Soccer's Mall in Sunrise. I work in construction. Then I met another guys. I start painting. I've been even did Uber and Lyft. I remember. What else? I've been bartender. Many jobs.
I definitely could see you as a bartender.
What's the time frame when you was having these jobs? Like, you know, Uber, Lyft.
Probably the last one, the one that lasted the most, it was bartending because I realized that I could have access to meet other people because remember that your network is your network. So you know what I'm saying? I was meeting a lot of people as a bartender, people, you know, wealthy or not wealthy, they was coming talk to me. So for example, something that as an advice for everybody watching this, if you work in something that have to be with tips and you see, you know, learn about watches, learn about something that money. So when you have a client that have some money and they're going to give you a good tip, tell them, I don't want the tip. I don't want the fish. Just give me an advice. How can I become like you? That's what pretty much my secret to success. I ask anybody that make more money than me. I ask them, hey, what do you do for a living? How it work? How is the process? What is the percentage? To know what you really should do in order to level up faster than other people. You understand? Like learn from experience. You know, the only person that can help you make 100 million is somebody that is already make 100 million.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah, man. Shave off time off that learning curve.
Exactly. Just ask, like learn into other people. You know, like there is a lot of people that have experience. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same as an advice to somebody that owns the car wash to ask a billionaire how they became a billionaire. They can give you 3 words that can change your life forever, and it can put you ahead of years ahead of the game of other people.
Okay. So where are you now?
What do you mean where I'm now?
Now, so what do you do as far as finances? Coming from there, you know, did you have a goal? Have you met that goal?
Well, my goal in the next 12 to 18 months is hit $1 million a month. I'm obsessed with that goal. What I do right now, I do trading. I have a software. You know what I'm saying? I do manual trading for myself. I have an academy. I teach people how to do trading.
What kind of trading?
Forex trading.
Okay.
Yeah, so I help people how to learn to trade by themselves, and also I have like a extensive portfolio of clients. You know what I'm saying, that they open their own account in the hedge fund that we're managing, and they can copy the same transactions that we place in our main accounts. So pretty much when I make money, everybody make money at the same time because it's the same entries.
Got it. Okay, so that's like you put it all in one, and then
Exactly.
you work it, and
yeah, I help
makes the
people make money, and I also make money helping other people.
I'm not gonna lie, I lost a lot of money in Forex.
Well, me too. I pretty much, that's why I lost over 1 year in the bartender, because it was the job that was giving me kind of the most money. Obviously, I was losing all that money trading for 1 year and 3 months. I was like blowing the account, and then okay, I get some tip in here, and then put it again, blow it again, like that for 1 year and 3 months, around that. And then after that, because I didn't pay also a mentor, then I developed the skill set. I learned from people that was where I wanted to be. And with 2-3 words, I'm like, okay, I know what I'm doing wrong. I start doing it all over again. And well, that bring me to wherever I am right now.
That's a lot of sleepless nights.
Well, that's why I have, I also do filler in my eyes, so it doesn't.
Listen, I tried it. They got me. I got in there, and it was like, we got you. We're going to walk you through it. You just do exactly what I said. And I was like, I'm trying, and I'm not hitting. I fell asleep for 2 minutes, and I missed that deadline to either drop, you're supposed to pull out, pull in. It's really intensive. You really have to be able to give 150 to that, I feel like, to really, really be successful in it. And then you have to watch out for pyramid schemes and people that's really scamming and that's really big. How does that hurt you as far as like recruiting clients?
For my business,
stigma
it hurts me a lot because there is like nowadays everybody's trading. Everybody say they're rich, but they never show no money. They never show no anything.
You know, I definitely wanted to ask about that because I feel like Forex is one of the most capped industries in the e-commerce space. You know, you got all these people talking about the lifestyle that they live in, and you know that they're borrowing money and living at their parents' house still. You know, I mean, that's how me and Trey actually started. I mean, well, that's what brought me into the e-commerce space. Trey was doing it, and I'm like, you know, let me try to learn. And quickly I saw, yeah, bro.
And again, but that's our experience with it.
Yeah,
and
sure.
again, I'm pretty sure that's a lot of other people, experience with it because of all the scammers, of all the people that was just pretty much preying on those people during COVID. That's paranoid. Like I said, like me, I had my savings, it's all gone. And I can tell you a good 40,000 went into Forex. And what I was promised is not what happened. It wasn't no one-on-one walkthrough every week. We're going to get together. Yeah, they got the text groups and that's going. But if you have no knowledge of this, it's super confusing. But it was the hype. We're doing
everybody.
this as a team. We're all going to win. Mm-hmm. You win, I win. But I do know that I do have personal friends who actually do make money, and they tell me like, I don't have a team. I sit here and I make my own money. I even offered like, I'll give you and they were like, I can't even do that. That's illegal. Like I'm not supposed to do that. And if anyone tells you, yeah, they can do that for you, they're not supposed to be doing that. So how did that hurt you? You told us it hurt you, but how do you reaffirm to your clients that this is not going to happen to you?
It's something very important. It's called My Forex Book.
Okay.
That's basically a website that audited every account, every step, like what is being happening in that account, what is being the maximum drawdown, what is being the losses, what is the wins, what is the best day, what is the worst day. It tells you exactly everything is detail by detail of everything that is happening in that account. Mm-hmm. We personally been running the software that we have for 3 years. We've been having like the maximum drawdown is being 1.21%. I always show everybody, like they tell me, how do I know that your situation is different than other people? I'm like, this is the audited account. You know what I'm saying? Like, because numbers doesn't lie. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to tell people, oh, it works. It's not, because at the end of the day, men's lie, women's lie, but just numbers just doesn't lie. Plus other stuff that helps me a lot besides that is the amount of people that I've been helping make money. I don't get capital from people. People don't give me money at all. They just create their own account. They verify their account, and they just automatically copy and paste the trades that we put with something amazing that is called technology. You know what I'm saying? The same way that now the Tesla cars drive by itself, you know what I'm saying, and the planes land by itself, there is technology that can help you make money. The same way that crypto. A lot of people talk, oh, I don't know about crypto. I didn't know about crypto, and when I invest, I make like $250,000 in 2 months without knowing. I remember, I never forget, I invested in Ripple when it was in a lawsuit. I put like 20,000. Then 2 months ago, I was in the gym, and a friend of mine say, oh, check your phone. I'm like, what? So I start crying. I was doing chess. I never forget. I'm like, I throw everything away. I went to my house. I cried. I didn't even know how to withdraw the money, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? But like, there is many ways to make millions of dollars. Yeah. You just have to follow the right path, be with the right people, and always do your background check and ask for results. Because a lot of people can rent a Lambo and say, I'm rich. But then when you go, they live in a mobile home. That happens a lot. When I was broke, there is a lot of people in social media that I was like, I want to be like this guy. You know, it was my dream. I'm like, oh, he have the best house. He have the mansion. He have the watches. He have this and that. Because I didn't have no money. I didn't know any better. Right. With the diamond watches and all that, I'm like, oh, this guy should be rich. Then when I started making money and I went to the store, I'm like, okay, the watch is just $10,000. Of course, if he's acting rich and he's selling whatever for $1,000, he sell that to 10 people, he get the car. Oh, yeah. I actually, for example, there is people that I've been seeing like that. Even they ask me, bro, can I borrow your car to take videos? Like sometimes I go, I park my car in valet parking, and I see people taking videos outside my car, acting as them. You know what I'm saying? People in social media, they don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna believe in whatever he says. That's why I always advise people, don't believe in anybody. Only believe in yourself, in God, and numbers. That's it. Not even your mother. God, yourself, and numbers. That's it. Because in that way, you're not going to have so many fall downs, because it happens to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I started, I was just so desperate to be rich, to become a billionaire, to be somebody very wealthy. And a lot of people come, oh, do this, do this. So I invest in courses, I invest in mentorship, I put money everywhere. I was tired to lose money. You know what I'm saying? Until I'm like, bro, this is just people trying to take advantage of other people to make money. And then, you know, like, how many mentorship I buy? And then I text, bro, how I do this? And they're like, don't answer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the main reason why I have two separate stuff. That's why I create the academy, which I teach people with all my time, because I created the academy like 3 months ago. You know, I became rich before even I started studying. That's something kind of the different also. There's a lot of people that got rich by selling the courses. I got rich in investing and trading, and then I start teaching.
And that's how it's supposed to be.
Right.
That's how it's supposed to be. Like, you shouldn't be, and that's another thing that I hate about the coaching space, because you have a lot of guys that are coaching people how to be coaches to get results that they've never even gotten. And they're making millions of dollars doing this. Here in Miami, it's a lot of cat.
Yeah.
It's a lot of cat.
It's huge.
It's sick.
And it's like, it goes back. So we were interviewing Lanay recently, and she was saying that, you know, invest in myself. And that was something that they were using. So I tried the Forex. I started my own e-commerce store on my own. But that, I Googled, how do you start a online store step by step? And I followed those steps. And I followed it. I created the store. I did it all on my own. But then I got stuck when I was in there. I was like, okay, what now? It's not moving. So that's when I was like, okay, started outsourcing. It's got so many people. Oh, pay my, you know, my online class, $2,500. We walk you. We meet every week. We're going to run your ads for you until you're able to do it on your cap. Okay.
Sounds great, though.
$2,500, and they set me up with a YouTube tutorial, which I'm like, I could have got this for free on YouTube.
Right.
I was really looking forward for that one-on-one where I'm doing this and I could come back like, I'm running into this. How do I fix this? I don't have the time to sit here and do a tutorial, but I've already invested this money into my business. I already started my business. I paid you $2,500 to show me, but while you're showing me, you're doing it. And then I can go ahead and take the training wheels off and go. So I did like $2,500. I did another one for $3,000. And after that, I was just, because they don't tell you, yeah, you do that, but then they're not telling you, you still need that budget for those ads that need to be ran. So that's another $10,000.
Yeah, but that's something they should tell you up front before you even sign up. If they don't tell you that up front before you even sign up, I mean, like, they weren't honest to begin with. Like our agency, we won't even take people on or even take on coaching clients if we know you don't have the budget for ads. I'm not about to waste my time. I'm not about to waste yours. I'm not about to risk a chargeback or you talking down on the internet because you didn't have enough money to run ads and now you're mad because, like, no.
Yeah.
Like,
Can I add?
Yeah, like, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like, it's a problem because there is a lot of, nowadays, it just makes me sick because it's a lot of scams out there.
Yeah,
like,
it's terrible.
That's why every time when I have a student, a client, an investor, whatever, I'm like, listen, come to my place. Let me take you dinner. Let me show you the results. Like, let's meet in person, because I know how people is. It's like, sign up for my course. Oh, I want to meet you in person. No, I'm busy in Dubai.
Right.
Or that,
Cat.
or
They are in their one
busy in
bedroom
Dubai,
apartment
yeah.
in the ghetto,
Or
doing nothing, just trying to sell a course for, I don't know,
or they're
$1,000.
taking on so many clients, and it's like, I was like, listen,
Yeah.
that's your business. That means that you are over advertising yourself and not doing enough to make sure, or building your company where you're able to provide the service that you're saying you're going to
Exactly.
give. I don't care that you have 20 other people. I paid you and I
Exactly.
need my question answered. I need this
I paid this.
information. I am investing in myself, so I'm paying for the service. So I expect you to provide that service.
I feel you.
So go ahead, Lanay. You was
I
trying
wanted
to
to
get
add to that. So that's probably what made me do the book and put my phone number in my book, right? The phone number where you can personally reach me.
That's crazy.
Because personally reach me. And I've had the same number for over 30 years plus, right?
Bad.
So
You
that's
might
the
go- you
same
might-
phone number. So that's integrity and operating in integrity. And one of the things I realized, because there are a lot of scammers, I paid so much in personal development. Like I said, that course that I took was $10,000. And here I am walking through the airport. I'm like, they inundate you with all this information, the no money down, the Carlton sheets. I've been doing it that long in the game. And so we're paying all this money, but then we're just sitting on all this information. We're not doing anything. We're not taking, because it's a lot. So, and the one thing that I know about, especially this younger generation with a short attention span, you have to walk them through the 1, 2, 3. So that's why my chapters are short. That's why the book is straight to the meat. Give me the information. And just listening to you share how you put your money in Forex, how you invested into the personal development, how you had to go through a lot of things before you actually started getting, but it still took money. So, and I look at it like this, no matter what, even in my real estate deals, if I lose $25,000, I redirect. That's called redirect. And then I take that energy and say, what was I supposed to learn from this? What was I supposed to gain from this? What was I supposed to get out of this? So the next time when that comes up, I actually paid $25,000 for knowledge in a different direction, rather than beat myself up about the $25,000 that I just lost. So now I'm able to gain from that, because again, if I allow that one thing to discourage me, you would have gave up. You would have never, because you lost a lot of money as well, and then you would have gave up. And typically, most people in real estate industry, they're out before they can get started, because they came in taking L's. They came in taking losses, and then they don't want to get back. And the quickest way to wealth is a portfolio of real estate, or a portfolio of some type of investment, a portfolio of insurance. So these two industries, and you have the IT space now. There's so many other spaces that are open. However, again, I have to come back to infinite banking. How do you protect your permanent residence, your money first, then go out and invest, go out and save, go out and spend it on bills? And it has to be through an IB account. So all of the money that you're spending on the watch and the jewelry and the clothes and the cars. So I saw you pull up, right? So I know you rocking. So I can tell that you like nice things. However, before you buy those nice things, that little simple book right there, that black and white one in red writing. So it's like, you ever heard the joke, what's black and white and red all over? What's black and white and red all over?
It's the infinite banking. I'm going to read it. I like it.
Right, what's black and white and red all over?
Black and I'm overthinking it. I'm pretty sure.
Right. Typically we do.
I don't know. I don't know.
A newspaper.
Oh.
It's black and white.
I'm definitely overthinking. I'm like, what's black and what's white and what has red
and
all
it's
over?
red all over.
Yes.
A newspaper. And so we have to start reading. And that book, The Power of Generational, What Would the Rockefellers Do, is in that book. So before I spend my money, I'm going to put it in a permanent residence. That $40,000 will still be earning for you right now. If that was a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years, and then you can invest it in Forex. So now I don't feel so bad about losing the $40,000 because it's still protected, earning interest, because it's protected in a policy. It's protected in that policy on my life, and so I'm still passing generational wealth. I get to live a living policy and not a death benefit, because I get access to that money day one, basically day one. So my money is protected. So I'm hearing, and that's what I hear all the time from NBA players, football, any space that we're in where we're rocking and we're making millions and all of this money is just coming in. Like you said, you literally had to cry. You cried tears because, like, what do I do? It has to go into a permanent residence that you still have access to it, and it's still going to earn interest. And so if you make the mistakes, and if you stumble and you fall and you fumble, every time you look up, you can keep getting up because you know that money is still there.
Yeah, it's crazy because not only cry, I remember times that I got into depressed because, I didn't have no girlfriend because, you have to take them dinner. I was like, I don't want to spend $100 to take a dinner to a woman when I can invest it. And you know what's the crazy stuff? I was losing it. So I'm like, no, I don't want to have no girlfriend. Even until right now, I don't have no girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? I'm just married to my purpose in life. I set a goal in my office. I'm like, I'm going to make $1 million a month. Then I go look for love. I go look for a girlfriend. But besides that, no, because I don't want nothing or nobody just distract me from my goal and my purpose, because it's not easy, but it's not impossible. And something that I wanted to add, something that you say that is very important when people lose and all that, it's like something that I letting help me scale up my mentality as an investor, as an entrepreneur, is like I don't take no losses. Losses in my life doesn't exist. I only take lessons. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. You lost your girlfriend. It's good. It's amazing. It's God giving you opportunity to find a better person. You lose some money. It's not that you don't know. It's not that you suck at the business. No, you're doing something wrong. So you got to adjust whatever you're doing and make it right. You know what I'm saying? Like there is a stuff that I read in social media that says billionaires lose millions in order to become billionaires. Millionaires lose hundreds of thousands to become millionaires. You know what I'm saying? You will never win everything in life. I'm still taking losses, obviously not financially, but I take losses. You know, I lost many friends. 3 months ago, I have to leave my girlfriend because she just didn't, I was in a almost 3 years relationship. She didn't understand my focus, my stuff.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I just want to go buy purses and go to the movie theater and go party and this and that. I'm like, listen, that's not my purpose in life. I have responsibility with my clients, with my students. I gotta make money. I need to leave something in this world that I want to build a legacy.
Amen.
I just don't want to come in this world and say, oh, Gerardo died and who is it? I don't know. I want to be recognized as somebody that come into this world to change people's life in order to level up and make the world better. You're gonna say, obviously, it's not gonna be easy, and probably I don't gonna do it. But at least I'm putting my apportation to that stuff to be better. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yes.
So do you go back to Venezuela and provide these gems over there? Or
Never.
Oh, okay.
Why never? Why you say it like that?
I don't go Venezuela never again, bro. I don't consider myself Venezuelan anymore. I'm American.
Why, if we could ask, you drop that gem.
Because I'm loyal to, like, for example, God changed my life.
Yeah.
So I'm loyal to God. I'm loyal to myself a lot. That's why I have to leave friends, everything I needed to sacrifice, because I'm loyal to my goal and my personal development. So Venezuela never give me any apportation to wherever I am right now, but United States did. So for me, my loyalty is with the person. I'm the kind of person, like, whatever person that or situation that bring food to my table, we eat together. I'm very, very, very grateful person. Very grateful person. Like, and I'm smart enough to know that it's this situation, this friendship, like, it can be the love of my life. I have two love of my life and I leave them because they wasn't just no benefit for me. They was just like slowing me down. You have to, for everybody watching this, you have to always make sure who you have around yourself. It's better be alone, but in your way growing, than be with a bunch of people that just drag you down. Because a lot of people can lift you up, but a lot of people can also drag you down. So you guys got to watch out about that. Also, take a lot of notes about everything that is talking here or everything when you hear somebody, because those stuff is going to be key to your success.
Absolutely.
Awesome. How do you advertise yourself in your Forex and your academy?
Because you have an automation. Don't you have a software? You said
It's automated. Everything is automated.
So talk a little bit about the software.
Well, basically what we do trading, right? We use something that is called a MAM account. That is multi-account management. So basically every single person that, that want to join, you can understand, they create their account. They verify with driver license. They have to verify that they live somewhere in the world. It can be here, it can be anywhere. And they also have to sign a contract, like stipulating, like we don't getting any money from anybody. It's like they open their own account. We just copying and pasting the same transactions that we put in our accounts in their account. So when I make money, everybody makes money. Every person that works with me, all my team, all my students, you can understand, even my very good friend Trey, he's been working with me. He's been having very good results, and I have a bunch of people also. To answer also your question, how I advertise, I use social media, Instagram. I post every day the profits that I make in my smaller account, and I also buy recommendations, because I realize, like, something in life, like the same way that I call it Operation Virus. You know what I'm saying? but a good virus. I want to be a good virus for the entire community, for the entire world. So when you do something bad, that is a virus that is spread. They say, oh, this guy did bad, this, and that. Well, I help people make money when they have the results. For example, if I help you three guys make $10,000 a month, you always gonna tell somebody, your best friend or your boyfriend. Every single person that you have around you, they have two people. You're gonna say two people. When it's like me, when something good happens, I have two people that I call. Bro, this stuff happens. I closed this whatever amount of money deal. I got this. You know what I'm saying? So in that way, if you're making money, you want your people to win too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much how I work.
Tell two.
In the beginning, it was very hard for me because people, they just not used to technology. For example, a lot of people, you're gonna say, they just know iPhone works, but they don't take the time to investigate why it's possible that I can FaceTime somebody in China right now. They don't check about that. They don't know. They know the technology works, but they don't know the background of why.
How to use it.
You know what I'm saying? But me, I wasn't that smart, but I realized that people that is in that space, they make a lot of money. I want to make a lot of money. So that's why I jump in. You know what I'm saying? But like technology is one of the best businesses ever. If you realize who is the most powerful and billionaires people in the world, technology. Tesla, Elon Musk, the number one in the world. What is that? Technology. Amazon. Technology is online. You know what I'm saying? Microsoft. All is technology. The most multi-billion-dollar companies that run the entire world is technology. People, they just don't take the time. They are too busy in social media watching the guy or the women or the guy in the Lambo that is not his. You know what I'm saying? Or saying, oh, this and that. You know what I'm saying? Like people, they just don't focus in the real stuff that they should be focusing. And I believe for everybody here, you guys should be stopping watching Instagram and watching what you're going to do in the weekend or what outfit you're going to wear. That for women and for guys, you should stop, oh, I'm going to take this woman to the club and I'm going to do this. No, focusing, make your money first, change your environment, change people's life, and then you can do whatever you want in your life.
Right. What I'm hearing too is to never give up. So, stay persistent in your goals, whatever those goals are, because a lot of times people don't have a lot to start with, and then they take that small risk with the little that they have, like you were sharing, and then they fall further behind. So what would you say to those people?
What would I say to those people that they don't have too much, but they want to grow?
Well, no, or like she said, like, just described
yeah, sure.
Okay, my whole savings went into building my online store. I tried the Forex to make money to put towards my online store. I tried a couple of other things, and now where I'm at is like, wow, I've self-development. I've learned a lot. Again, I look at it how you said.
Yeah,
I don't look at it like I lost money. I pretty much invested in knowledge when it comes to being an entrepreneur, how to run a business, doing the administration, doing the I'm in marketing now. Like I actually know about, algorithm, and I know about the niche, and I know about the cliche. Like I know so much so I look at it as I just invested in knowledge. I know so much, but now I have all this knowledge. I know exactly what I need to do because I know within a month I'll be able to have my store or whatever else I'm doing where it needs to be. But now I don't have the money to do it because I invested it all in the knowledge. So now it's like, okay, yes, I'm thinking positive about it, but in reality, I'm in the zero, because I'm starting all over again. So it's like I have all this knowledge and everybody's like, you got all this network. I'm like, yeah, but I ain't got that funding. You gonna give me them 20,000 for me to flip that and give you your 20,000 back? Because what do you tell them? Like, do someone like that, would you bring him in? Because I said that too with the Forex. I'm like, all right, well, you put up my 10,000. If you're so sure that I'm going to make this money back following everything you said, put that 10,000 for me first, and then let me go ahead and follow you, and let me, and I said that, I was like,
right.
Because you're sure.
Like for me, I give a signing bonus. I'm giving you your business cards. Right. I'm giving you the leads and all of those things coming in the door because I understand the single mom. I understand the guy that has to rise and grind every day just to, make it, make sense for him, and probably have child support, all kind of things going on in his life. So what do you say to, you know, like it's different from somebody coming from another country. No offense.
Right.
But it's different because that urgency is like instant.
Right.
But when you've been inundated and you live in it and you've been struggling, and I know the struggle is the same, don't get me wrong, but it's a big difference coming from another country because it's like you're going to be eager to, you know, like get all that information and funnel it. So how do you funnel it and then finally find that niche? Because it could have been in real estate. It could have been in Airbnb. It could have been in, you know, whatever. You just happen to, you know, really take the time to Forex because someone suggested to you. It didn't have to be that. It could have been like, for me is I have 30 years experience in real estate plus. However, it wasn't until the pandemic as a licensed insurance agent, and I only got that really to help my brother because they were taking his contract from DPS. They was taking his contract. He's the only minority, and he's had that contract for only 20 years, and Allstate was attempting to take it from him. So he needed me to take his book of business, get my license, because you could be licensed in order to transfer your clients. I get my license, thinking I'm helping my brother with the disability payroll, and then I'm reading this book that says become your own banker. I'm like, oh, I wonder what it takes to open up a bank. I'm thinking it's talking about bank, you know, because I always desired to open up a bank. But then as I'm reading, it's talking about insurance policies. And this guy went over to Australia to find out they have a whole different banking system over there. And then he brought it back, and he couldn't get other agents to really, you know, get on board with it. Why? Because it was taken away from their commission. Anytime it's going to cut my commission, because an IB account is not about the agent making money, it's about the client making money. So that's a conflict of interest right there. So they shunned him in the insurance game like, oh, no, this information can't get out there. And then on the Rockefeller side, we need consumers. We need to own the banks. We need you to buy these products in order for us to let's start issuing out fake credit and give everybody a credit line and then make them overcharge for stuff they don't have, the Lamborghinis, the cars, the Chanel, and so on and so forth. When their money is still sitting, the rich never borrow their own money. They don't spend their money. They borrow against their money. That's what that book is about, right? So it wasn't until that time. So here I am 3 years in on an IB account because I was able to sit still. I was able to take the time out. I was able to, you know, hear. And so the question again is, you know, how do you funnel all of this process information and find your niche? And so right now, the biggest thing is residual. How can I get my license and still sit back and refer and still make money? Get my license in insurance and refer and still make money. You know, find out about what you're doing and refer, because don't get me wrong, because when you said car wash, I actually used to own a all ladies car wash, right? That was my first business. It was Daisy Dukes, and it was all ladies, tastefully done. And so what you were talking about is detailing. We had to detail. And so we used to make so much money in tips. However, a business is a business when you don't have to be there. I had to be there every day. That wasn't a business. That was a job. I wasn't looking for a job. So I still own the building. I still have the businesses, but I lease them out now. I'm letting somebody else live their dream through the commercial space because I'm leasing those spaces to other people, right? My point is, how can I create a real business and not a job? Because what you're doing is really a job because it's 20, you know what I'm saying? You've pretty much blocked out everybody, family, friends, for the most part, because you are on a goal, and that's a great goal to have. But what do you say to the person that still got to punch the clock, the one that still has to get out? What time, what space, what do they need to set aside? An hour a day, 2 hours, you know what I'm saying? Put a little here and still do something else until something hits, like you just being in the gym and then you saw that hit.
Well, first of all, to answer her question first, with the people that they don't have enough money to invest, the answer is simple. You gotta make more money. Simple. How? I don't know. Okay. I don't care. Find a way. Simple as that. If you want success, but you need to want success the same way that you want to breathe. What is going to happen if you cannot breathe? You're going to find whatever way to don't die. I call myself survivor because I survived to so many stuff in my life. Poverty, I have many stuff that bad that happened into my life, living in the street. You know, I came from Venezuela with zero money, no English, and in purpose. Like, I'm gonna tell you an example. A lot of people come to this country with the American dream, right? But they go to Miami. They don't look for a job. They go party. You know what I'm saying? Because, oh, my friend, come, bro, let's go party. Okay. I came to Fort Lauderdale. No Spanish people there. How I was supposed to learn English. I put always myself, this is an advice for everybody. You should be writing down this. You have to first, one success is the same way that you want to breathe. Simple. Second of all, put your life in your goal, like your life depend on it. I went to an American country, not speaking English, no money, with 20 years old. Never worked in my life. I was my grandma maintained me. I didn't know anything about work. I didn't know how to cook, know how to wash, nothing. What I did, I'm like, I gotta find out how I learn English. I met American women. I didn't even like her, but I knew she only speak English, right? So I wanted to learn English. She was going to communicate with me in English. How I learned? Dating these women, even if I didn't like it. Many times in life to become successful is not going to be easy. It's not going to be walking in the mall. No, it's bloody hard. It's bloody hard to be a high performing person. It's bloody hard to be successful. You're going to say more money, more problems. Yeah, because more money, you have more responsibilities. You're going to say, so you have to develop that skill set. And for example, at this point, there is people that you cannot hang out. You're going to say, because it's just don't benefit. I have many friends that I love them, but they just be with them is not good for me.
Right.
Because it disprestige my image, my brand. You always have to sell yourself as a personal brand. That's why I always say it's better be alone than with bad people. Because that can just hurt your image. You always have to have a clear goal. You have to become obsessed with what you want.
Can I ask a question? Do you have like an affiliate? So I know those are some tips that you could probably maybe think about, an affiliate program or something, because a lot of times people, let's say they don't have the money and the resources, but there are affiliate programs that are out there. So I can't give a lot of commission because if you're not licensed, but I have a consultation business that I started in consulting. So as an affiliate, if you refer, I can actually give you bonuses for, like referrals. Yeah, so an affiliate program, because people may know people, at least two people, one person, and somebody else tells somebody, just like how can we create ways for people to, like you say, find a way to, just like you have to find a way to breathe. So we have to create more. And that's what this platform is really, and I thank you guys for just, sharing this platform, because we're showing people other ways to make money without having to, because I need to breathe, I'm going to take it from somebody else, whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right. So that's something that,
Yeah, the affiliate part, I actually don't do it, but it depends on the person, because a lot of people, they always like, oh, I'm like, okay, show me what you got.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Put the food in the table. Let me see what kind of food it is, because I don't want to accept you a Burger King burger. You know what I'm saying? If you bring me somebody, we can talk about that. Everything is referrals, because you know people that maybe I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And she know people that I don't know. So that's why what you say, it was, actually, I forgot, but now it's good that I remember it. You said that you have a high net worth. Mm-hmm. And your net worth is your net worth. Mm-hmm. Who do you know? There is sometimes that is not about how much money you make. Mm-hmm. It's about who do you know. You know what I'm saying? When you have the money and you have the right connections, you can level up. That's pretty much what I used to leverage myself, meeting the right people. That's when I come back, when I say when I was at the bartender job, I'm like, oh, $20 tip. I'm like, listen, bro, I don't want your tip. Teach me what I need to do. I never forget. I never even know. I was in a bar, because sometimes to meet people, I go alone to the bar.
Right. You believe in the fish and rod. Don't give me the fish. Give me a fish and rod.
So I was talking with this guy. I didn't know who he was. I just was talking. After I find out the guy is like a billionaire and all that. And I'm like, listen, give me an advice. How can I become like you? My dream is become a billionaire. Right. How can I do that? Right. He told me something simple. And this is for free for everybody. There is two ways, right? You either spend 50% of what you make per month, and the 50% rest, you invest it, period. Or save it to invest. Don't touch it. Act broke if you have to. And the other way to become faster is to spend 20%. So if you make $10,000 a month, you got to figure out a way to survive in 2. How? I don't know. I live with roommates many times. I used to get a nice apartment, 3-4 bedroom, and I rented out to other people. You know what I'm saying? So in that way, I was living for free. It was stressful because then the guy brings somebody. Sometimes the guy was doing a party, and I'm like, I was focusing. You know what I'm saying? But I make my way out. You have to be uncomfortable in order to level up. Because like I repeat, it's not going to be easy. If it was easy, everybody will be rich. You know what I'm saying? That's why I know everybody have a jet, no everybody have a helicopter, because it's not easy. But you have to always find your way out with people, with money, with opportunities. Because, for example, let's say you meet. I remember I was in a jet, and I met a bunch of people in that jet. I make an investment, right? Actually, I lost $35,000 in that investment. So the owner of the company, he is like, "Oh, listen, I'm gonna go in a jet with some of my clients," and I'm like, "Okay." I went in that jet. It was 24 people. It was 2 jets. 12 in each. That's where I met Trey, right? So what I did, I started networking with all those 24 people. From those 24 people, at least 18 of those, they are clients of mine. And I help them make money every single month, like my friend Trey. So I spent $35,000 that I actually lost that money, but I got 18 people to network with that I'm helping make money, and I also make money because I make money every month. You know what I'm saying? It's simple. I help people to make money. It's the only way to become a billionaire. I pay a mentorship to a guy that is called Dan Peña. This guy is very, straight to the point. Not everybody like him, but he tell you whatever you need to hear in order to have massive results. If you want to have massive results, you know what I'm saying? And he said the only way or the fastest way to become a billionaire is change 1 million lives. If you don't become a billionaire with B, after help that amount of people, at least you're going to have a bunch of money.
Absolutely.
I'm not even close to that goal, and I'm making good. That's what motivates me every day. Every day, I'm like, I need to help people make money. Why? Not because I'm God or because I'm this. No, it's because I make money too.
Right. The definition of a millionaire is millionaires know how to make money. Billionaires know how to make money for other people.
Exactly.
So I met Keith Cunningham. And I personally got his book autographed. And a lot of people, when I say Keith Cunningham, they have no clue of who he is. But when I say, are you familiar with Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the book? Well, Keith Cunningham is Rich Dad in that book, right? So to be around these people, and these people know people like Richard Branson, and, like just on that level, and they're part of a network where it literally costs $100,000 just to sit in a room with these people, and they're organized. Well, it's just a group. However, they're paying to be in this space because they don't want to be with the $50,000 and the $25,000. They want to be on that next level. So their biggest complaints is, I only made $40 million last year, that sort of thing, whatever. But being in that space has allowed me to get that knowledge, share that knowledge, because how many more people can I help? So I'm always thinking outside of the box. Before you came in, I was saying the germ of defeat is in every selfish thought. So you were able to take what you learned and now share it with the world, because the United States have been good to you. So how do you funnel? That was the question.
Yeah, that's what funnel? I was. Yeah, that was because I think and it was funny because in your answer to my question, you kind of took me back to when Kim Kardashian said, "Get off your ass and work. You're not working," which I felt like it was I didn't take that very well, because you're not going to tell me that I'm not working. Yeah, I've been working since the age of 16, hello. 2 kids. I've been busting my ass. When I say I have $0, what I mean is I don't have money to go and purchase these extravagant gifts and Chanels and all that stuff, because I have 2 mouths to feed. So you're in a different situation. You came here young, you have no kids. So it's easier for you to say, I'm going to get out here and I'm going to hustle and that, and which is fine. But then when speaking and saying helping people make money, you have to take people's background into considerations when it comes to, it's not that they didn't want to, they may have had other obstacles, other things. There's mental health issues that you could have the smartest person, but if there's something from that person past that's blocking them from being their maximum potential, helping them unblock that and helping them get to $1 million, which one it would be better, because they could make that $1 million, but they didn't unblock whatever it is that's stopping them from continuing to do that. So I could learn everything you're teaching me, but if you're not teaching me how to have a mindset based on where I'm coming from, because your journey is different from mine. Your journey is different from his. His struggles may have not been your struggle. And like she mentioned, you coming from another country, you have your struggles, and you know how you say Venezuela doesn't do that. Someone from here may have, like a black young man, and I can speak for what I know, has different struggles than you coming from Venezuela and coming here as an immigrant and starting from scratch. You may have even already had a step because you came from another country, so you're not systematically oppressed mentally as to now. It's that everybody is looking like, wait, we can own money. We can own businesses. Wait, we can be millionaires. We were taught to go to school, spend money on school, then work your ass off to pay off school. So could you imagine
crazy
how long, like me, I had a child at 16 and I'm like, well, Laura, ain't no friends, ain't no party, ain't no traveling. I couldn't even imagine I did all the things I've been able to do because my mind was, I got to work this 9 to 5 because I got to make money and I got to get money to pay these bills and this rent. Now, yes, when COVID happened, we were all, so that's when I said, you know what, let me invest in myself. Let me invest in the Forex course. Let me invest in this. But no one said, hold up, this is not a smart investment for you where you at. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So I just feel, and then there's this guy, his name is Cedric Nash. We're going to get him on here as well.
Dope.
He owns Black Wealth Summit, and his Black Wealth Summit, he also just wrote a book where he shows you, he's like, you know, people get out here and he went to Earn Your Leisure, and it's like, yeah, you can do this, invest in that, but not everybody can invest. There's different investments levels. There's certain investments that you're doing that it's not fair for you to tell me to do that because we're not in the same, you know what I'm saying,
Absolutely.
Income bracket or anything. What is within my income bracket that I can invest in? Not everybody can do Forex because they can't afford. Yes, they work and they're busting their ass, but they got the mama they taking care of. They got the kids they taking care of. They got their nieces, their nephew. So that extra money that they could be putting in that, they have to think. It's like, okay, I do have this, but I have to take care of this too. What do you say to those people?
Well, the same way that you told me, I'm going to be honest because I'm very honest.
Yeah.
The same way that you didn't like what Kim Kardashian say.
No, I didn't say I didn't like it. I just didn't. To me, it could have been taken. Like I said, you have to be careful the message you translate because you would be, like I said, it's like a lot of people understood what she said, but it's like, come on, Kim. At the end of the day, you ain't self-made.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put out a sex tape to get the clout that I need to get to make. I'm not doing that. And that's not hard work.
Yeah.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Your dad was a lawyer, an attorney. None of you are self-made. Your mama ain't self-made either.
Yeah.
Right.
She just slept with all the right men and got in the right circles. So if you're saying about me, so that's why, and again, I'm not saying I didn't like it. I just felt that it should have been said different. I think the word, but again, that's just how, you know.
Right.
And it was taken. I never have say what y'all say, but I'm going to take it how I'm going to take it. I'm going to speak on that.
Yeah, that's when I say it depends how bad you want it. For example, it's like I'm telling you, how I learned English. I dated women that I didn't like. I didn't like even to kiss her, but I learned English. You have to sacrifice. You have to find the way. And it's like, I don't even know how to say it. You can understand, like, sometimes you got to be selfish, which is not selfish. It's self-love.
Selfless.
You know what I'm saying? I'm the kind of person, that's why I'm alone. You know what I'm saying? That I can give the hands to somebody. You know, let's say I'm in here and the person is there. I give the hands to somebody because I want to go up. At the moment that I feel that person is slowing me down, I tell them, listen, bro, I love you. But like Jack in the Titanic, you got to go.
I feel you.
Then I come back and rescue.
Right.
Period.
Maybe.
Because you know what I'm saying, bro, I have to sacrifice my family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My family, like when I started, they was like, even until today, they asked me, when you gonna get a real job? And I didn't have the power to say, Grandma, I'm rich. What you talking about?
Right.
She don't know.
But all they know is my mom used to tell me to go work for Burger King, like Burger King hiring. So I always tease her when I'm fixing up her and remodeling her house. I guess that Burger King job, now she finally paid off for me, huh? I've never worked for anyone. I've always been an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is a problem solver. But what I'm hearing from you, and probably what need to be conveyed, is really personal development and self-motivation. So the word to probably, because that's what I see when you're speaking, and that's what I heard when you were speaking, because you had to be self-motivated in order to have this drive, in order to believe you could. So how do you get there? I'm sure you have positive affirmations. I'm sure you have things that you say to yourself. What are you saying? What are the words that actually get you from that thought process of just pushing yourself even harder? And I can relate to having a friend, because I struggle with dating guys for the job, because it's like they just over broke. That's my acronym for job. And so then I like to travel. I'm all over the world. And you can't go because you need to take 2 weeks off. You got to find out if you can take a vacation. So we don't mix well. And I'm single now for that very reason. I said, hey, don't be mad at the diamonds. I went and bought myself I love myself ring, because the husbands, hey, the diamonds didn't do anything wrong. The husbands just wasn't able to hang on. But my point is, I'm transparent. I'm going to share the power of I am. I am what? I am whatever I say I am. That's the most powerful word anybody can say. The power of I am. I am whole. I'm perfect. I'm strong. Whatever. Even if I'm flawed, I'm still wonderfully and perfectly made in God's eyes. I can do all things through God. He's the one who gives me life and strength to wake up. No matter how many times I fall, I look up, I can keep getting up. So first, let's get the mindset right. Let's deal with people's mindsets. Because how do you funnel all of this process information at the end of the day? I want to be great like you. I want to pull up in the nice. I want to wear the bling bling. How do we get them there? Because I had a friend, back to my point, he got fired. I'm like, congratulations. Like, this is a win. Yeah. Congratulations. You get to finally live your dream. But because of that fear of the unknown, that guaranteed check that's going to come in every week or every 2 weeks, however, he went right back and got a job because of the uncertainty of not knowing, and so it's still like it's a consumer condition to, just work rather than create your own way. And so it's a mindset. And if you've been conditioned to be that way for, half of your life, you're still young, and that's great. And so you came from not having everything done for you to now you have this rise and grind mentality, whereas you have people that had to work since they were 6 years old, 10, literally out there hustling, making a way out of no way. And typically that's what you see when you see people still, especially if they're, young and having kids and have family that they have to take care of and all these different things. So there's a lot of dynamics going on. So while you're doing the part-time thing, while you're doing the school thing, while you're doing this, just start working on your personal development. Like you said a lot of powerful things, and you gave some great nuggets, meaning, for example, while you're doing all of those things and investing in yourself, you're saying basically don't give up. Keep pressing, keep moving forward, no matter, just keep believing in yourself. I came from nothing. So you can relate on so many different levels because you wasn't born, like a lot of these trust fund kids and, the Rockefellers and, all of that. So we get the struggle part, the mental, the mindset, how do we establish it? And so sometimes it may, like, you can get rich hauling garbage, find your own niche, because it can be the garbage man that started his own company. It can be partnering with someone. And I was 8A. Let me talk about that. How about this? I was 8A certified. I got my builder's license at 99. I was 8A certified. What is AA? It's a small disadvantaged business that you get as a woman, minority, and then you got AA certifications where you can actually get contracts with the Department of Defense. So AA, and I recommend that to anybody.
With the
watching.
Departments of Defense, like the government.
Yes, Department of Defense.
Okay.
8, the number 8, and A, the letter A.
I was thinking AA. I was gonna say
Yeah,
Alcohol
like,
Anonymous.
I was thinking the same
So I was 8A certified. It's a 9-year contract, right? It's Department of Defense. You can be AA, and you can actually go after. You guys probably saw this book. This movie, something dog or whatever. They got the contracts. They were AA certified based on a true story, and they were able to get contracts, and they were able to with the department for the guns. The 2 young guys, they became millionaires just supplying whatever.
Yeah, dog. Was it War Dog?
War Dog.
That's
Yeah,
so crazy.
that's
War
a
Dog. They
fire
were
movie.
AA. That's based on a true story. So I'm living in that space, right?
That's crazy.
So I'm AA, War Dog. They was able to get these government contracts. So it can be like the government need 100 Porter Johns, you supply, or they need what is it? Everybody to sanitize, hand sanitizers. So you just supply it because they're not going out to get it. So you basically supply it. It's a 9-year program. And what they call small advantage disadvantage is 30 million and under. That's a small business disadvantage because you have these major companies that's out here rocking 100 million and up. So if you're under 30 million, you can get these contracts, right? For 9 years.
And you put in bids for the contracts, right? I
Yeah,
know.
the
So
set asides. I was right.
I started all-in-one wholesale services with an attempt to do that because a friend of mine's worked in that and he told me about it. So I started the business. So I was a wholesale company online. So what he'll do, he let me know. He gave me the tools. He's like, listen, by law, we have to order from U.S. companies that's that's under
Right.
a certain budget.
Because they were on the set
So
aside.
you go and then you go to their website and there's bids because they have projects going on all over the place. So whether, like she said, they need cleaning supplies. So I used to do
Absolutely.
like the cleaning supplies if they needed that, or if I'll see in a contract, it would be something I'll outsource and go look for it, put it on my website that I do have a way of getting it. It's like you buy it from me, but I literally am outsourcing it from another vendor to give
Absolutely.
it. So you just put in bids for the contract. So if the contract is like a $1 million contract and whatever they list the requirements for you to bid for it, they put all the materials or whatever, building materials, whatever it is that they need. And if you are able to, you put in for the bid, you put in for the bid for the contract, you get it, and they'll purchase all of that directly from
Absolutely.
you. And you literally outsource them from someone
Right.
else. You're the gatekeeper.
So the advantage of the AA as well, you are assigned someone like a liaison or whatever to actually help you with your renderings. And all, for me, it was renderings, contracts, bids, and so forth through SBA. So they help you with getting the contracts written out and how to structure it and all of that, right? So for 9 years, I ended up, you're from Michigan, so you can relate to this. I had to have a mentor protege, first of all. A mentor protege said basically is a company that is doing at least 30 million and up in order to even get a bid. So let's just talk about when I say funnel, because you have the resources, but then you have the good old boy system too, right? So I go find Rewall, which is a multi-million-dollar company. They build a lot of the Sunrise senior citizen, and then they actually did, you guys familiar with the Palace of Auburn Hills?
Of course.
So they actually did the refacing of that front when they put the glass out there. So
wow.
Rewall had that contract. So we do the AA satisfied, and we put in a bid for King High School when they was tearing it down. So they partnered with me. I'm a minority. I'm AA certified. We collaborated, put bank accounts together, everything. They got the phone line. They paid for everything. And we didn't get the contract. They spent hundreds of thousands on just investing into me. And we didn't get the contract because it was the good old boy system. It was awarded to someone else. So this was during the Kwame era. And so we didn't get that contract. Then we went after another contract. By this time, Rewall started making more money. So they associated Rewall to me because now I can't be under the mentor protege because they made over 100 million. It's 30 million and under. So because they made too much, I'm stuck with not being able to. So before I finally, praise God, and I have to give credit what credit is due, before my 9 years expired, I graduated, I was able to land a contract with Darren Gilbert, Bedrock. So I still have that contract now. So during the pandemic, I survived because we were able to go into, he owns about 85 buildings in downtown Detroit alone, not including in Cleveland where he owns.
Yeah, he owns the Cleveland Cavaliers. He got him some rings with LeBron.
Right.
Y'all know who Darren Gilbert is?
The name sounds familiar to me, but
So he owns all of Quicken Loans, Rocket Mortgage, mortgage company.
Actually, I think somebody just mentioned. I think Angela mentioned.
Okay.
Yeah, man, he damn near on Detroit. Feel like.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
for the most part. Like, he's really the mayor.
Actually, I think she met with him this weekend. I told you she was in Detroit this weekend. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably, he owns pretty much all of downtown. So during the pandemic, I was able to still keep income and never miss a beat with still being able to take my hard-earned income and still pay my bills. And during that process, I learned about infinite banking. So to be able to take that income and put it into that IB account first before I spend my hard-earned income now is the process that I'm teaching people. And so if I'm earning $100, $50, whatever, before I Forex it, let's secure it first.
So I got a question. When you're trading, you get your payouts every day?
Yeah.
So I got a question. Like you're doing thousands of dollars a week. We don't have to put like tens, to say the least, right? Like tens of thousands.
I think he said
20,000
like 10,000 a day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
On the track
Lots of money,
to
right?
$1 million a month.
Right. So let's say like in theory you should take out like a big policy. I don't know. You guys talking? It's probably like lots of millions, whatever the fuck, right? Excuse my language.
Thank you.
Yeah. And let's say, I don't know, could in theory he, take his deposits at the end of the week, put it right back into the life insurance policy, take it out the next day, and then use it to buy or pay off, your Corvette note or your house? I mean,
Right, that's the goal.
That's in
it.
theory, isn't he's able to do that with the cash flow that he's currently
Absolutely.
getting and still hold on to all of the money that he's
Right.
making?
There's companies out there that will literally, if your net worth is 10 million or up and all of that, there's companies out there that literally will give you a policy because they own the policy on you. So imagine you being able to take out the policy on your own life based off of that. So like right now, I'm on track to do $30 million policies on NBA players or NFL players or, people that are making that kind of money.
That's crazy.
And protecting their money before they go out and invest their money with, or putting it with a CPA or putting it into investment or putting it into whatever they're doing to help family, whatever they're doing that they don't have time for because they're committed to that contract. All they can do is train. You're from that space.
For sure.
So you know what that space is like. You can't do anything. So now that money is either going on clothes, lifestyle and everything else because you just don't have the time to manage it. But then when the contract is up and the 4 years is over, what I'm saying, that life is so short-lived and God forbid you get injured, right? And now that you're injured, you're spending all that money on. You
still got the same expenses, but you don't got the same money coming in. I know like Detroit, all guys want to do is either rap or play basketball. I mean, we was coming up, that's all, we ain't have no opportunities for jobs. So like if you wasn't trying to be like, an entertainer or athletics, you was getting all your money the way you could.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
I mean, so yeah, I mean, it's an NBA. We got a couple NBA clients I want to introduce you to that are like, he's signing for some really good money. I'm not going to speak on him right now because he's dealing with some things, but he's signing for some really good money this year. And it just made me think like, it's crazy.
And also, I have a question. Like, you say, like, when you put the money in there, like, what is the percentage return that you get in that money per month?
So it's guaranteed no loss provisions, meaning that it's 6%. And regardless of what, this is not about taking it and like using this as a living policy that has a death benefit attached to it, that has a disability benefit attached to it. If you can't work, you can literally access money while you're living. So it's a 3-in-1. Death, if you get injured or sick, that type of thing, critical injury or whatever, and living. So you have 3 things. But the main component that is infinite because it lasts forever and it's your own banking system. So if you had, let's say, every dollar that you ever earned, not including the money you're making now, I said every dollar you ever earned sitting in that account, you'll already been met your goal, right? Because you still have everything you lost from all of the L's, from the cars, from the watches. That money is gone forever. You never get it back. You have it in, tangibles and material, but, and if you sold it, you can probably get some money for it, but then the watch is gone now. So, but before you spend the money on the watch, put it in a permanent residence. So what the rich does is they inundate us with the bling bling, the Rolex, spend billboards and all these different things, because it's still a distraction to keep you still being a consumer. Let's keep them, let's give them free Gucci, give them free Prada. You like Dior, give them whatever it is that they like, because that's how we keep them consuming, to distract you from, there's only two ways that our money, and that, I don't care what you do for a living. And I met a billionaire just from having this same conversation. I said, yeah, everybody in the room, you could talk about all the stuff you have, but if you don't have an IB account, you still not ahead of the game. This is a 200-year-old concept. I'm not selling products. I'm showing you how the rich really do it. And that guy pulled me to the side, literally, and said, you are who I need. So I'm literally flying out of here going to L.A. In 2 days. I'll be in L.A. sitting with billionaires. And so these are the people that understand it. He got it because they already deal at that level, right? So the point is, the money is still sitting there, earning guaranteed, and then go do whatever you're going to do with it. Blow it if you mess up. But even if you mess up, you're going to still make. If I take $30,000 to the layman, I got to speak to the ones that ain't at that level yet, right? So if I'm only making $30,000 a year, that's peanuts. But if I'm making $30,000 a year for the next 10 years, that's $300,000 that I've made over 10 years. But in 20 years, I'm going to have $1 million. I'm a millionaire. I can say I'm a millionaire in 20 years, guaranteed by a concept called infinite banking. At least I know I'm going to be a millionaire regardless, but I'm still have access to that 300,000 day one. The first year, 30,000, the second year, 60,000. And so my money is still growing, guaranteed, compounding. So I'll ask you a simple question, because the numbers don't lie, right? So I'm going to give you $100,000, and we gave this illustration, so don't tell. I give you $100,000 right now, and I'm going to give you $100,000 too before I leave, okay? So $100,000 right now, you're going to take it and invest in Forex, because that's what you do. You win at that level of the game. Or some people may have bills, some people have child support, some people have child care, all these different things. And heck, gas is high now, so you need that money to spend on just traveling around the city. Or I'm going to give you a penny, and I'm going to say, let that penny sit and double and compound over 30 days, not 30 years, not 30 months, but 30 days. And so the average person will take the $100,000, right? Because we've been taught, buy term, invest the rest. We've been taught the bird, more in the hand today is worth more than tomorrow or whatever. And so all these different little signals that they subliminally throw out there, you go to the movies and they flash and pop, and you're like, all of a sudden I'm thirsty, whatever, because it was a subliminal. So would you take the $100,000?
No, I'm all about doubles game, and I know if you duplicate it every day for 30 days, it's millions of dollars. I know because I duplicate money every 6 to 12 months.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know everything about doubles game. You use like 10 times doubling $1,000 to $1 million, and you are
exactly.
10. That's why I speak about billions, because I know where I am. I know how long it's gonna take me to duplicate my money, and I know by the age of 35, for put it long term, that's when I'm gonna achieve my goal. That's why I was asking you how much percentage per month that stuff, because I'm all about percentage.
Right.
For example, in my stuff, we make anywhere from 10 to 16% per month. So that's why I'm all about percentages.
So the point is, yes. So one penny doubled over 30 days is $5.3,068,709.12 in 30 days. So we know it's 5.3 million and some change, right? So the point to infinite banking is I'm just leaving it there and I'm never touching it again. But I have access to the money to do all of the other things. That's it. You only get one exponential curve. So the minute you landed here and you started working, that's when it started. So you're 25 now. So that means we're all playing catch up at some point, because it had you started it when you were 20, when you touched ground and you touched down and you took all of that money that you've been making, it will still be there regardless of all of the losses, the ups and the downs, the 10 jobs that it took you to get to the, and so now your money is still making money, but your money can still be making money, in other words. So it's like I said, it's only two things at work, either you at work or your money at work. You're putting your money at work, but are you really putting your money at work? Because your money is still working hard and you're still working hard, but now we're teaching a different principle to put our money at work and now use it to Forex, use it to invest, use it to save, use it to buy gas, buy the watches, buy the this, buy the that, because now your money is sitting somewhere in a permanent residence. So you can now, because if you're mimicking, just like you took the advice at the bar, then take this advice. And that's the same thing, because it's not about giving you the 100,000, because it's not going to help you. That just gave you a fish to eat for a day. The fishing rod is what I'm really giving you to eat for the lifetime, because it is real generational, real legacy now. Because if you have all of this business and all of this money and you have children and they don't grow up and want to do Forex, or let's say Forex, the market crash and everything is now lost all over again. Everybody that had an IB account, when the market crashed, it's not by happenstance that taxes only been around for 100 years and infinite banking been around for 200 years. So every time the market crashed, guess who's able to go buy everything back again for pennies on a dollar? The people with the IB accounts.
Well, I mean, if that happens in the market crash, I make more money actually, because in trading you can go long or you can go short. So for example, like when in January, when this war in Russia, a lot of people was like, "Oh, crazy." I make a lot of money.
Yeah, because you that makes a lot of money on scarcity.
You get what I'm saying? Because like if I know they are in war, everything goes down. I just put a sell and let it ride.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? That's why I love so much, because that's the difference. Some people they think that Forex is like a stock. A stock you gotta buy in here and pray to God that the company go up. In Forex is different. If you see that the market is going up, because let's say for example in Europe, they are in crisis. We make money on that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because we just place a short.
Right.
If we see that now, for example, right now the euro is like so down. So now we're looking to place buys when the market position is there, because they're gonna go back up. They're not gonna let the euro go to zero. It's a very powerful country. Right. So what we do, we make money in the downside, and then we make money again in the
when
upside.
When they go back up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I mostly like about that. And plus that I can do it whenever I want, and it's using the computer. Also, this is one of the answers that you told me. Like, I believe people should be looking for stuff that they don't need to be in a place in order to make money. Like everything with the digital and with the technology is like the best way to make money, because
brick and mortar.
Exactly. And what you say is true. You're gonna understand. Like I remember I used to work a lot, like crazy. Thank God now I don't work anymore, because what I do is not considered work. I just place my trade, let it run, and that's it. And because I do manual trading, and also I have the software, plus I have crypto, plus I have a bunch of different stuff that doesn't require my presence. You know what I'm saying? But before, to build it, of course, it's kind of hard, because you need to build it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it's when you're building a house. In the beginning, you have 20 employees putting all this. But when the house is done, you can rent it and you make money passively. Or Airbnb. It's many different ways to make money.
Right.
Not only, for example, in Forex, it's not that people need a lot of money, because there is companies like funding companies that they test your skill set as a trader. So if you're a good trader, you pay them an exam. If you pass that test, they fund you with 20, 50, 100, up to $200,000 with a maximum risk of 5%. You know what I'm saying? For Airbnb also, you can just go rent an apartment. You know what I'm saying? There is apartments that you can rent for $3,000-$4,000. Then you put it nice. If you rent it for $200-$300 a day.
Right.
Yeah, man.
There is many ways renting cars. To buy an exotic car is not too complicated. You can get a loan. You can say like the same way that people buy a car just to drive work. I don't do that. Everything I have in my life, it have to make me money. My car makes me money. My watches make me money. Everything. My house makes me money because in the environment that I am. Because the only way that I can show people that what I do is real is spending money.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
you ain't lying.
That's why, like, for example, like I just moved to like a $5 million house. You know what I'm saying? Not because I need 7 rooms. It's just because I want to have my investors coming in. Like Trey, he told me, bro, can I stop buying your place? I'm like, bro, which room you want? That's pretty much what I told him. He didn't even see the he just, this one is fine. He just got into one room. This one is fine. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I want to be able to provide the best that I can to my people. Because something that I have also against me is my age. I'm only 25 years old.
Yeah, that's
a lot of people will not trusting a 25-year-old guy into an investment. It was even hard 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? It was even hard, but now that's why I'm so serious. That's why I don't drink. I don't go party. I don't have no girlfriend. Because every stuff that I do is going to lower me points. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
There is
Like
even,
Lord's
I was dating with a woman that she sell mansions, and I'm like, I don't know why it's so hard. And she told me, it's because your prototype, people will not trust you. You look like you whatever besides that. And I was like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because people, they just see your prototype. If you're tall, if you are muscular. Some people think that I'm a personal trainer. Some other people think that I have a sugar mama. Some people think that I remember I was telling him, I went to a street club and I see this woman and I like her. I'm like, listen, let's go out, like how much it is, like let's go have dinner, sit down. And I was giving her like $20 every 3 minutes. She stand up and leave, and I'm like, why she leave? I'm giving her $20 every 3 minutes when this guy is touching her for $2 and I was just talking to her. I told her, sit down in here. Let's communicate. Let's talk. I asked her 5 questions to know her mentality. She left and I'm like, why did you leave? No, I'm scared of you because you look like a chulo. I'm like, what is a chulo? It's those guys that go to the street club, they make women fall in love and then they take their money. And I'm like, what do you mean? You know what I'm saying? Because
like a pimp.
Yeah, like a pimp. I'm like, no, bro. I told her there is no money in that business. You know what I'm saying? Because people, they just don't know better. Because that's why the mentality is, for a lot of people, 5,000 is a lot of money. For me, listen, I was making $327 a week. And if people don't believe me, go to Car Wash Palace close to Parkland and you ask, I have even the pictures. $327 a week I was making. I don't even know how I was doing to survive. Well, I was eating the $1 food in Walmart and eating a 99-cent $3 tuna. You know what I'm saying? And you guarantee, I can even call my first ex-girlfriend that she saw that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the mentality. That's why who you are around is good. For example, I have a friend. One day we was talking and he's like, he sold to another business. It was like 5 people, like we are in a meeting, and he said, bro, I need to make more money. I'm making $2 million a month. It's not enough to live. And I was like, what? $2 million a month and you can do? But of course, you go buy Patek Philippe for $700,000. He only fly private jets. He is now in Dubai. He's 27 years old. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that stuff is like, wow. It makes me feel broke. Right. That's why it's good to be around people that make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because in that way, there is another level.
Absolutely.
And I was like, in my dream is, my goal is make $1 million. He is making 2 and he says not enough. I'm like, what is this? I mean, you can live with what I make. I can do whatever I want. It's just that I want more. I don't even know why. I just want it. Just to say that I make it, to prove people. Because like I see myself as I'm a leader in my academy with my clients. I try to always motivate people to do the best that they can, to show them that, listen, I'm 25. I didn't know English. I didn't do this. It was hard, but I made it. You know what I'm saying? Like there is many ways. And also an advice for everybody listening, this is like something that works for me. I ask myself at least 100 times a day, how can I make more money? when you start asking yourself that every single day, you're gonna be in a state of mindset that many opportunities is gonna come to your life, because you're gonna be, okay, how can I make more money? For example, like as an idea, I'm hitting the podcast. For example, this is just right now coming to my mind. There is a lot of people that is gonna see this and they're gonna ask me, hey Gerardo, how did you do the podcast? I'm like, I know the guy, I can plug you in. Oh, really? Yeah, give me $1,000 and I plug you in.
What I was just talking to you about.
Yeah.
Period,
For real,
bro.
though.
Everything is money. Nothing I do in my life is for free. Nothing. You have high net worth, charge for that.
That's literally.
You think I'm gonna introduce somebody, they're gonna make business and I'm gonna get a piece of the cake? Bro, I'm sorry, but that's not how I roll. I need to make money in every single transaction. Even if people think, oh, you are, yeah, I like money. I love money because I can do a lot of stuff. I can help my grandma. I can do whatever I want, pretty much. I can buy a jet. I can buy a helicopter. I can donate. I can do
I was
whatever.
just about to ask you that. So you're making money. You're making all this money because it's great to make money. Money is great. It doesn't rule the world. And when you die, it's not coming with you.
Yeah,
What
but
are
you
doing?
enjoy the life.
No,
of
no,
what you
I'm
have.
not-
Trust me.
Yeah, I'm not taking away from that. Of course, like that's why I say that the saying more money, more problems. But you can solve them problems.
Yeah, exactly.
Most of those problems with money, you can't solve internal problems, but it solves a lot of problems. But what are you doing to give back outside of you not making? So I know I keep hearing everything you do, you have to make money. What are you doing to give back as far as like foundations and things like that? Do you have any foundations that you're affiliated to, like being that, like you said, you came from Venezuela, you came to the United States, you're so thankful and so grateful with the United States because they was able to provide the resources that Venezuela didn't to provide that. What are you doing to give back? Like, do you have a give back foundation or anything that you're affiliated with where you're not making money, but at the end of the day, even with foundations and nonprofit, you still end up making money, just not like that. It's tax write-offs. But are you doing any of those things, or have you been thinking, or is something that, on your way to being a billionaire that you're thinking, okay, I do want to give back because I'm grateful for what I have, so I want to be able to give back without, Have you thought of any of those things, or have something
I'm
in
not
mind?
in any foundations yet. The way that I help people is like, for example, I do free classes, to the people that, I need to, I'm the kind of person that I'm so used to people come and ask me for stuff. I'm like, you need to earn it. Because that's the way that I was raised. I didn't go to anybody asking for anything. I went, I did the job, I showed them my value, I showed them what I can do, and then I'm like, I want this.
So I
give first before ask.
So anybody who wanna get the free class or learn some free sauce from you, what they do?
Just follow me in IG. Sometimes when I'm bored and I don't have nothing to do, I jump a lot.
What's your Instagram?
I survivor trade. And be careful because there's a lot of fake accounts.
Yeah, man.
Like 3 every week.
Man,
Everybody accounts get. That's why I'm like, when I hear Forex, I'm like, I'm good.
I mean, but like once you when you really start posting and you really start like getting results and you talking good, it's inevitable that someone makes a fake account to try to scam your followers.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I think is like the one downside to the business you're in. So many people has tainted that space that it's really hard to get people, at least people, again, that are not already making the money that they have that they can put in, and don't worry about losing that, or don't worry about that.
Man, that's what,
because it's been tainted. It's been completely tainted. Everybody's accounts get hacked. My friends are sending me Forex thing, and I'm like, what is this? And they are not even behind it. So it's like, don't listen to these things, and you're being told. So like, I'm pretty sure it's kind of difficult for you to market that to people who are not already making that much money.
No, it's simple because, I pretty much, at least I make sure that I put it once a week. Never invest or give any money to anybody if you don't do at least a FaceTime. I always, I call people that I don't know, even they makes me waste time. They are like, I want to be rich. I want to make money. And then I'm like, okay, let's jump on a phone call. I'm like, yeah, and how much is the minimum? This is the minimum. Oh, I don't have no money. I only have $1,000. I'm like, okay, get the money and then call me back. You know what I'm saying? But always do FaceTime, meet in person. You can say, never say, oh, because this person. Also, for everybody watching, I know maybe some of you there are desperate to make money because you see this guy is rich, but not because you desperate. Let that person, don't show your hunger. You know what I'm saying? Never show your
Say,
hunger.
don't show your hunger.
Never. Always act. That was one of my secrets. No, be like, you know what I'm saying? There is people when they go to a mansion, they're like, oh my God, but what a nice house. I was broke and I was to 12 million. I was like, oh, cool. Like I was used to that because when you show them that you're weak, a lot of people, not everybody, they're going to take that weakness and destroy you. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're showing them like, oh my God, oh this and that. It's like women's. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys women's, right? So for example, if a guy, you see them is not too interested, you like him more than the guy that is always behind you bothering you. Because like, why this guy no? You know what I'm saying? It's everything is mindset. A lot of people have to, like to become a billionaire, it's not about the money. Mm-hmm. That's why people win the lottery and they broke the next year. It's about the mindset.
Right.
Money
so now
management.
you're giving the nuggets. That's
It's
what
about
we
the
been saying
mindset.
the whole time.
It's about the mindset.
Right. So now you're finally
You can have
sharing.
yeah.
And so that when I was saying, how do you funnel it? It's mental. And so if you don't deal with the mindset, so now you're giving the real nuggets because it's not, see, and just like you said, it's the love of money that destroys. But here's the difference. But we supposed to have money because all money is a tool. That's it. Money is just a tool. And so you have so many people, and there's nothing wrong with having, but you got to know the distinction. And so if you are not giving them the right nuggets, they're going to think it's supposed to be for the love of it when it's just a tool, and it's really the mental state of mind, because that's what you was pretty much saying is. And so it's like, and so when you understand it's just a tool, you start getting the necessary tools that you need to keep making more money, making it work for you, making it make sense so that you can just live. And then now how do billionaires think? A billionaire is going to make other people money. Whereas a millionaire is just going to keep making money. So what's the difference between a job and a business? A business, you don't have to be there. You could travel. You could be in Dubai. You could be where you choose to be. But a job, you got to be there every day. And a job keeps you J-O-B, just over broke. That's the acronym. So it keeps you stuck. And so when you have corporations that are building on that hierarchy, and then you have all of the people at the bottom just working the jobs. So if I can keep you inundated because I'm giving you I'm breaking compound every 2 weeks by giving you a check. And now you got to pay your bills because nobody taught us. And I keep referring back to, because even the layman person they can come back and see you a year from now, 2 years from now, because they'll have money sitting in their IB account to be able to like take that money and to invest now, take that money to, do the Airbnb.
So I have a question. So like, for the person who is making $30,000 under a year, they can get an IB account or the infinite banking account. They and go through the process of cycling their money and paying their bills for 2 years, and then have enough accumulated interest to then start making investments with.
Absolutely, because now they're learning how to recycle their bill money. You mentioned something earlier about, okay, I can get this and I can just save it. But then when you do that, it's like having another savings, and now you've already on a budget. So now you got another bill you just took on, and then when hard times come, the first thing to go is the insurance policy.
So you
see it as debt and not a system that has been used against us for the last 200 years. Walmart has been still working the same system because they learned the structure of how to get policies on all their employees. So when they take out a loan, they borrow against the employees.
Also, an advice real quick that just came to my mind before I forget. Again, with the network, it's very important. As an example, to throw a nugget. Let's say you don't have no money, but let's say you know a guy that owns a rental car company. Focus a lot in commissions. For example,
that's what I was saying.
The first stuff, focus a lot in your self-branding. In the beginning, when you are nobody, you don't have no social media is very important, because something that I use now that I didn't have before is like a lot of people wants to use or do whatever I do. So there is people that want to use my cameraman. Right? There is people that want to rent the car. I'm like, okay, I got the guy. You want to do realtor? I got the guy. I get commission everywhere. Like in the beginning, it's hard. But then when you build a brand, the money just flows everywhere. for example, if somebody you want to use my cameraman, I'm like, okay, my cameraman in charge $600.
You put your tax on.
I give
his
200
price.
to my cameraman and I
Yeah.
get 400. I make more than the camera guy. You understand? Like, oh, you want to rent an exotic car? I'm like, okay, the car is $1,500. I go to my guy. I'm like, bro, the car is for me, so here is $900. I make $500.
Right.
I don't
rent
deal
my
with the
Bentley
car.
Bottega out for $1,500 a day, but then the guy that I rent it to, he sells it for $2,500. Well, I don't care because I'm still
Right.
getting
Got
what I
yours.
You
want.
understand? It doesn't matter. People, they don't gonna care because either way you bring in clients. And also, that's why you have to self-branding. You got a power. I'm like, you don't like it? I go bring business to other people. So you put them in a state of mindset that they have to either take it or take it, period. Because if you don't want my business, there is many competitions. So
Right.
that's something, it's like a trick that you can use if you don't have no money. If you try to meet a lot of people, I don't know, anything. You can, there is
Right.
many
Right.
ways to
I
make money.
understand. Trust me. So I have a book called No Experience Necessary, The Secrets in Real Estate that most people don't want you to know. And in my book, I talk about creating a management company, finding properties that you don't even own, and actually being able to lease those properties and just putting your overhead, positive cash flow on top of that, collecting and just making sure that people get their rent money, kind of like a management. You can create your own management company, managing other people's properties. That's lucrative money. And you have none of these properties, none of the headaches. You don't have to do the repairs, but you bring the contractors. You make sure the rent is collected. You're managing that. And, I been the same way all my life. Again, you're talking about somebody that's never punched a clock. So with that mindset, I think like an entrepreneur, a problem solver. Years ago, I dated, and a guy was like the same way. He was like, hey, I'm so in love. I don't care if we only had, 2 hot dogs. I'm like, hold on.
I don't care if we have 2 hot
Wait a minute.
dogs.
I'm going to buy the pack of hot dogs. I'm going to sell every hot dog in the pack, and we're going to be eating steak off those
Right.
same hot.
100.
I'm going to go buy the case of water because I know 40 come in the case, and there's $1 a bottle. I'm going to turn that 40
hustler.
into, so
Right.
I'm going to make a way. So I get that understanding. So now that I get it, and I live it, the germ of defeat, I keep saying, is in every selfish thought. How can I give back? So that's your way of giving back, is by sharing the nuggets, because it's really the mental, it's the mindset, the spirit of I am. That book is dear to me because that's what keeps me going every day. That's the drive. That's the everything. So when you get up in the morning, you look in the mirror, that's your go-to right there. Man, you're handsome. Oh, you look good. You got the buffs. You got this. You got all of those things. You have to have that self-image of who do you say you are. You have to have the mental mindset. You have to have the capacity to be able to have gone through some things too, to be able to even get up every day, to get out the bed.
Sure.
Depression is real. This stuff hits people from every angle, and we see it all around us. And Steve Harvey had a quote a statement that he used that his dad told him years ago. The desolate, the poor will always be among you. Your job is not to become one of them. And so he took that and he pressed, and he always tells that story about how he had to be at the Apollo at that particular, everything that could go wrong did go wrong, but he still got there. And then the guy that was supposed to be there didn't show up, and he ended up getting that gig, and that turned his whole life around just from hosting the Apollo. Now this man is hosting Family Feud. He's had his own radio. He, did all of the comedies, and, just bought a $15 million home in Tyler Perry house in Atlanta. So he's doing things that he's never dreamed of, but how do you get them there? It's mental. It's the mindset. It's how do you achieve? So out of all of the success and everything you have going on, like you said, it can't be with the mindset of just get your lazy butt up and, and go to work, because people are getting their butts up and going to work. But what are they saying to themselves every day? So, what I would say to a person that is making under $30,000, get your IB account. What I would say to a person that is working a job, learn the business. Learn how to, most people that come home from prison can turn into millionaires instantly because they have time to sit. They working on the personal development. They're thinking, the processing, all this being still. They're still while everybody else is in a rat race. It's like
Right.
get up,
Rent,
wash,
bills,
dress,
and that.
and repeat. You know, everything's get up, wash, dress, and repeat. So you're doing this. You're on this treadmill. The pandemic almost was really probably the best thing that happened to it because of more millionaires and billionaires. I mean, just to create scarcity. Just think the Kroc brothers was literally able to create billions by, like, how did tissue become a scarcity? You know, like, out of all of the things, not food, not ramen noodles, okay, what we're used to. But, you know, like, nobody went and, like, everybody ran for the toilet paper.
You know, just
because they knew that was a subliminal way to make billions.
Man, when the pandemic hit, everybody bought meat, toilet paper, and bullets.
And water.
No, liquor. Liquor was the
Liquor, yeah.
number one.
Liquor.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking too, like, and back to the whole, you know, get up and work thing. You said you came here when you came with nothing. You didn't come here with nothing. You mentioned that you're
With a dream.
right, but you mentioned with a dream, and also you mentioned that your grandmother and them they sold. They had a farm and they sold. So
No, we lost it.
right, but you still saw them. They were selling. They were You was already
You were
from a
learning
young age
entrepreneurship.
learning entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
You were in a space where you already was learning. They was selling. They wasn't working for people. They were selling to people.
And you
right?
had everything given
And
to
you
you.
had
You was like the spoiled kid that could hang out and party.
Right. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I was trying to tell you. Not that you said it's just you got to be careful because some people now you talk and like, you know, Lanay, she came up 19. She got a house for one. But guess what? Her family was
Her father,
realtors.
right.
She was already in an environment that was already planting those seeds. Now, I can only speak for myself and and I'm very open. I'm not ashamed of where I'm at. I don't have those cars, but I'm so blessed in so many ways that I could tell you right now, give me $1 million or give me how blessed I am. I'll take this blessing because this gonna always, I can survive without having $1 million. I can survive without getting 50,000. I know how to survive and be happy and be okay and still be able to sow into people, not financially, but spiritually.
Yeah, but you can grow little by little.
Right. And I still can grow because I still have these things that's not bought. You can't buy it. You can't give it. So imagine if my mom, who never, you know, my mom worked factories. My mom never lived from 16. I've been out here on my own, 3-4 jobs, decided, like I said, to have a kid. Boom. You decided to have a kid. Guess what, shorty? You got to go work. Not depending on, you know, you have no choice. Like you have no one to depend on. Imagine I was able to do all of that. Imagine if I would have had an aunt, an uncle, a friend, or somebody that would have said, you know what? Yo, you doing all of this so young on your own. Come here real quick. Let me pour into you. Imagine where we all could have been. So that's why I was saying, like, you know, some people don't have any of that. Some people don't even have that willpower that I had because I've cried so many nights because I'm like, I know all these people, but when I look at it, my network is amazing, mad money, but I still have a lot that none of those people have.
Yeah, that peace
None of
of
that,
mind.
that peace of mind and that heart that you could be the poorest person in the world, but you and I are on the same level. You could have the most amount of money, but we're still the same people. So that's why I was just saying when you know, she made that comment, it's like, I'm going to take it how I'm going to take it how, you know, because it's like, hold up, homegirl, I work 3, 4, 5 jobs and I'm still out here busting my butts. Now I'm at a different mindset because COVID had me in depression to the point where I thought, I was like, yo, I have life insurance. Since 26, I was 26 working at a community health center and New York Life Insurance. They came in, the guy was talking to me and I was like, and again, everything I do, I'm thinking my kids. I don't even think.
Right. You're just thinking about family, right?
You know, because I've lived, I've traveled, I've been to countries without ever making 6 figures. Like, it's crazy. But my mind is, okay, my kids, I want them to live a better life. All this stuff that I'm learning, I'm really learning it for them too. And I have a 21-year-old son, and it's like trying to get him in a different mindset. And it's like, I've given him everything.
Right.
You know, I've given him all the gems, all the nuggets, everything. But his mindset, because society has it,
force him.
I'm still, which I still am.
Force
He's
him.
great,
You gotta consciously.
Your exit is not even you. You keep doing whatever you do.
Yeah.
Just force him.
And
Tell
which
him
is,
you're gonna do this or you're gonna do this.
Exactly.
I mean, it doesn't matter. That's actually what I'm doing. What I'm doing, I always think about retire, even because I want to retire in the next 5 years. At 30, I gotta, be making over $1 million a month, and I don't want to know anything about anybody else. So what I'm doing that's why I create the academy, so I can create traders that then with the money that I make, I just deploy a little bit in all these traders that I'm going to be training myself
Right.
with my own strategy. So I'm going to trust them because they learn from me.
Exactly.
So by the time that I'm making $1 million a month, if I get 10 traders, I give $100K to each one in an account, obviously under my name. They're going to trade for me and I'm going to give them a commission. So in that way, I don't have to work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now I work maybe, I do maybe 1 to maximum 3 trades per week because I don't trade because I need to. I just do it because,
Right.
Hey, so we're gonna take a quick break, real quick, all right, and we'll be back to everything. So subscribe if you guys haven't.
Let's go.